cuts all that traffic. Now, okay, this says here, Sonny's family, Boblo, Joann's wedding, Donna's high school graduation, 1967, and Christmas, 1967. And there's Sandy and her first boyfriend, Pete, at the end of this. But it starts out Sonny's family, so hard to say who of Sonny's family this is. Unless it's going to be the youngest one. Who's the youngest one? Is it Yvonne or is it Billy? So. Supposedly, this gets into the mid 60s, 65 through 67.
I don't remember them being here for her graduation.
Well, it's just part of the film. It's one of It's just one of the 50 footers. It was put together on one reel.
Okay.
They just glued together as a reel. Somebody put them together in this order. I didn't. But originally, they're just one single 50-foot film. That's your house going up to your bedroom, right, Sandy? Now there she's younger there. So it looks younger. I don't know. She looks younger than some of the other films we saw. I don't know who the kids are at all. And what's funny is that probably, I don't know, who's that? Yeah, I like this. Somebody used the film accidentally twice. You got a double image, the old technique of shooting twice on the film. They didn't keep track of it, and they put it back in the camera and shot again.
Okay.
That's how you get this ghosting.
I was wondering,
yeah. It's almost like a photographic effect, but no, we had a few of those in my family. You forgot that you turned it around again twice and used it again, and you shot two images. You used it, and then you shot another one.
Did it say where that is?
No. I just said, it's just listed as Sonny's family, Boblo, Joann's wedding, Donna's high school graduation, 1967, and Christmas, 1967. Now, that looks like your mom there. Superimposed. That could be Sonny. Yeah.
That doesn't look familiar.
Well, yes, it knows what it is. It wasn't listed on the canister, but they didn't write them all up like details. They just wrote a couple of highlights, and that's it. You guess the rest, you know. Well, I can get past this double image stuff here and see if there's something clearer to see because it's so fleeting as it is. That was Sandy.
Yeah.
On the ride. But who's she with? Now, who's taking the movies there? See? Don't take movies. Boblo. I'll be there. That's at the island, Boblo Island. That's not the Detroit end. This is at the end.
Yeah.
This is at the park end. So you can, that's Donna. Oh, that's going to be Donna's graduation. Donna's high school graduation. That's what this is going to be. That's coming up.
I think Donna looks like me.
Well, you all have a certain resemblance,
Yeah.
very similar. You all look very similar. And then Joann's wedding is going to be on here, and I saw somebody in a wedding gown. So Joann's wedding. Joann is one of the sister's daughters, right? Whoever that
I'm
was.
trying to remember who Joann is. Yes, she is one of the sisters' daughters.
Yeah.
Oh, she's one from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Francis.
I remember Sandy and I made that trip with your mom and Aunt Jo,
Yeah, right.
and we drove.
Yeah.
And we got caught in that storm, and we were stuck in a motel for 3 days with them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was a funny trip. Those two were hilarious when I think back about them too. When we started getting the snow coming down harder and harder and harder, and we were driving through Pennsylvania, and it looked like we were getting off the road because we were really slipping around on the road. We just were. It was getting so bad, and I think your mom opened up her purse up and said, "Well, we got food," and she brought us food out of her purse.
Yeah.
She had all this food with her.
Always they had.
And Aunt Jo had all these little liquor bottles from the airplanes.
Yep.
Those little tiny ones you used to get for free.
Yeah, I remember that.
They were loaded with
They
stuff.
loaded, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she was looking. Who's that? That was Sandy going by? I don't know. She's running away. Yeah, that's Sandy, I'll bet you. She's looking away deliberately. But yeah, the two of them were laughing about, look, we got plenty of food and we had liquor bottles there. That's Sonny? Yeah, barbecuing again.
And I'll tell you, you can ask Al. I still always pack all this food in the car when we go.
See, that's where it didn't roll too far from the tree, did it?
No, I always.
Yeah,
have,
they had
snacks.
food back there. They were
Yeah.
total food. We pulled off at a motel, and then we ate the food for a while. Then we finally did go to the restaurant after about the third day. But for 2 days, we ate all these sandwiches they packed. Put them in the refrigerator, and we ate sandwiches. They were packing food. I didn't even know they had it with them.
Yeah. Can't travel without food.
Yeah, good Pollux. So that's Sonny, right? That is Sonny's barbecuing there.
Probably, huh?
Oh, okay, this is the end. Okay, this is Joann's wedding.
Okay.
Who's Joann? We don't know. Or Joan's wedding? No, I don't know.
No, it's Joann.
It's something that was that was written on the canister.
Yeah.
I mean, a whole bunch of relatives go by fast. What would you give for some of those old cars, huh, Al?
Yeah, about that.
Hear my flapper leaking?
Yeah.
You got a flapper that drips ever so slowly. About once a day, it'll do that. I got to change the flapper. It's just dripping.
Yeah.
Well, I've never told you what my first car was.
No,
It was a 36 Dodge.
a 36 Dodge.
My dad gave it to me, and I needed something to get to work. So he got a new car. And I remember driving down Gratiot, coming home at night. And I stopped for a red light and I couldn't go. And so this man came rushing over, and my battery had dropped out through the bottom of the car.
Yeah.
Somebody's graduation.
This is Donna's graduation. Donna's 67 high school graduation. And got her favorite nun there. You probably
Donna went to that parochial high school.
what like Notre Dame? No, that was the boys.
No, it was on Gratiot.
Regina.
Yeah, it was sort of like almost downtown. And she had to take a bus.
Oh! That's down there. That's down there. We used to go to those. There's your dad and somebody sitting there.
I remember she.
We used to go to those folk masses. There's Dad's Janet.
That
That's Janet and your mom. Then that's Donna's graduation. Or no, maybe Donna's. She put on Donna's hat. That's you.
That's me.
That's you putting that hat on. Yeah, so you're there.
Yeah.
How about that? You showed up for once.
Showed up. I went to all the graduations and.
I think, Al, you probably might appreciate that. My first friend that got a car in our group, he had a old Ford flathead V8, and it had the old fuel pump was a fuel pump with a glass ball globe underneath it. You could see the fuel.
Oh,
Let me stop this thing for a second and get rid of that phone call. They're all spam calls.
Call from Sam, Detroit, and I.
We don't use that phone. That's our old phone for the landline. So that's the graduation girl right there.
Did I tell you about Donna's, Sandy's graduation?
Oh, she's pregnant. There's Janet. Well, that comes up because it says Don's. She's pregnant with somebody. Probably she's pregnant with. This film should probably be before the other one. She's pregnant there with probably Donald. So. When
I went to Sandy's graduation, we all went in the car. I think I drove, and she says, "I got to show you something."
Her high school graduation?
Yeah, her high
school. I wasn't here then. That's when you went down to Cobo Hall for that.
No, it was in Detroit. It was in East Detroit at the graduation.
I remember her graduation. They went to Cobo Hall. It was that big.
Sandy's?
Yeah.
Then it must have been Donna's.
Maybe it was Donna's.
Okay.
Do you remember, Sandy? You went to Cobo Hall for your graduation.
You might have had something, but the graduation.
Well, she might have had something around here. She might have had maybe a prom or something and did something. I'm not sure. But, yeah, she had a huge class. So anyway, she told you what?
Well, anyway, because my relatives were coming over after graduation.
There's Janet and Don.
But anyway, we're driving in the car.
Your dad?
She says, "Hey, Jerry, you see that house over there? They sell drugs."
Oh, she did the same thing to me.
Yeah.
There's your dad.
Yep.
I knew I was out of my league, and this was a way where girls, and one of our earliest dates, we were driving down Gratiot. She's telling me all the drug houses that you can get stuff at as you drive down Gratiot. Oh, you can get some there, you can get some over there.
She's doing that with my mother and father in the car.
She did it with me, and I'm going, and I was such a prude. I was such a prude, I knew nothing. Now, who's giving this baby beer? Huh? And I think you're holding that baby there, Sandra Lynn. Child abuse.
You see more babies in this film, huh?
You know, people take the babies all the time.
They all look alike.
Yeah. Now we could have we could have changed films. This next one says the last film, Don's Kids, and then last is Donna's Shower and Wedding. So this could be Don's.
Oh yeah.
This could be that could be Donald. So that this film should have been ponying around by the other one. First she's pregnant, then she had the baby. Now he's a little older. So,
no, we don't see Don too much. So he's the one that's filming it.
Maybe, yeah.
He's not in the picture because he's taking.
Somebody picked it up now and then. Maybe even Janet did now and then, and got some of him. Yeah. So if this is Christmas '67, then Sandy now has finally her first major boyfriend. I'll bet you this is the one. This is
Peter?
where Peter. Peter. Still haunted by the ghost of Peter. He was so perfect.
Yeah. I think I got one of his musical things. Some instrument I wanted to learn to play, and I think it was Peter's, and she gave it to me. I forget what it was now. Oh, it had to be like a guitar. No, I don't know.
See that? So here's so aunts and uncles arriving from who knows where. See, this is Christmas '67. Sandy and I are dating by late '68. Well, early '68. We made by Christmas '68, and so Donna's about a year and too old. She was old enough she was babysitting them.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe this is not Don. Maybe this is Mary Ann. That's hard to say.
Did you ever find out what happened to Peter? How did he end up?
I don't know. Do you know Sandy?
No.
I think you followed him a little bit. Found out somebody updated you somewhere a long time ago about Peter, but
You haven't Googled him?
no, I don't. Unless she did, not me.
I don't know anything about him.
Must have seen about 20 different babies.
Yeah, really. You've seen so many
And
babies
they all look alike.
and kids under 5, and so many go by and have no idea. And they're grown now. They're grown, and some probably have grandkids already.
Yeah.
So that's Janet finally, and there's Sandy. Well, they might be having a birthday cake for Sandy because she was always so close to Christmas. There's your dad. There's Don.
Well, Donna's birthday was on Christmas.
She's Christmas Eve. You're right. You're right.
Christmas.
Now, is that you?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I think that's you.
But yeah, it's my hair.
And it's 67 or 68. I mean, 67 or 66, one of the two. House full of babies. Don't know where all these kids are at.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a house full of them. Don't even know any of them.
I don't know any of them.
And they're all grown now.
They all have babies at the same time? I don't remember that. Of course, they were close in age.
Well, there's Sandy now with the long hair. See?
Yeah.
That's when she started getting boyfriends. Peter's about ready to show up here any moment now. You know, that's 50, 19, 21, 2, 3. Yeah, this is all 53, 54, and 55 years ago. All these kids are now are probably all retired too.
Oh, yeah.
This is a 55-year-old film. Now.
Most of the pictures I have now are so old. They're of grandparents who are dead. And
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty clear.
Yeah, well, the film is younger too, so not aged as much.
That's true.
Yeah, helps it a bit. They really do deteriorate badly. So. And also where they were stored. One's so full of water, it's all rusted and it's all moldy and everything else is bad. They just had them in a big case. They were all together. I opened them up for the first time about a year ago.
You know who they came from?
Well, I think your mom's house.
Oh,
I think when your mom moved, I took them and put them aside, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know.
probably.
When she left the house on Liscombe.
Yeah.
There's your mom. There's Jim. Jim and Donna.
Yeah,
That must
we
be Jimmy.
Didn't see too much of that.
That's Jimmy and Don. That's Jim and Donna.
Yeah, we haven't seen Jim and Jimmy and.
Yeah. There may be other films where they were lost.
Right.
I have all the ones that I have.
Yeah.
I digitized them all. I had to say, yeah. But that's certainly more recent. Getting Donna, and that's probably Jimmy on her lap.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Jim.
Yeah. There's Peter. He just went by. Missed him. Sitting next to Sandy.
Peter, who's Peter?
The boyfriend.
Oh,
This first big boyfriend. The one that you were
yeah.
talking about. The one we were talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
Peter is always the perfect boyfriend. Tall, dark, and handsome guys that don't speak much.
She always picked musical people, though. Have you noticed?
Oh, there he is. That's him right there. You missed him, right? That was him.
I don't know. That looks like Don to me.
No. You missed him sitting next to Sandy.
Now that guy, whoever he was by the fireplace, Rob looks exactly like him, so he must have some blood in him. Isn't that cute? More damn kids.